As technology gets better, so our pile of obsolete electronics get bigger. Although recycling this rubbish in the UK can turn a tidy profit, some traders are cashing in on shipping the problem abroad, illegally exploiting soft laws on handling the hardware. Sarah Firth reports.
With the pace of technology ever changing, yesterday's essentials can fast end up on tomorrow's scrap pile. Electronic waste, known as e-waste, is the fastest expanding waste stream in the UK. But as RT's been investigating, as the industry's grown, so too have concerns around illegal trading. So this is where your electronic waste should end up. Now, you might be quite surprised by what your TV or computer holds, because once these parts are broken down, the recycling company is then able to extract precious metals like the copper. You've got some silver on the back there, and aluminium and steel as well. Now, it's estimated that around 1.5 million tonnes of electronic waste needs recycling every year in the UK. And yet research has shown that just around a third of that is actually being recycled by reputable sites such as this one. So where does the rest of it go?
India is a favorite destination for almost all kinds of waste. It's not only e-waste. Environmental regulations and oversight mechanism is very, very weak in this country. And I think that's true for most developing countries at this point of time.
In the UK, trade and treatment of e-waste is regulated under the EU WEEE directive, which came into force in 2007 and is supposed to make sure that anything that's broken cannot be exported to developing countries. But industry insiders estimate that up to half of all computers discarded in the UK enter illegal trade streams.
Well, say for example, if you have a contract to recycle broken electronic goods, then you're supposed to break those down into component parts safely in a safe environment. But there's a cost involved with that. So if you can get paid to do that recycling, but instead of doing that recycling, just ship it out in containers to places like West Africa, you're basically avoiding a fee and you're getting paid. So you make more money that way.
In the last few years, the government body, the Environment Agency, has been slowly getting to grips with the problem and has made a number of successful prosecutions. Despite the costs of recycling, reputable recyclers are turning a profit, as the cost of metal they extract from the goods is high. But the growth of the illegal industry means there are concerns black market traders could price these reputable recyclers out of the market.
It's wrong, and it will affect someone. So, you know, down the line it may affect us, and if people continue to do it wrong and illegally, you know, there could be no trade left for us and other legitimate merchants. So, yeah, it does have a big impact, and we're concerned about things that are not going in the right lines.
In the countries receiving the waste, it's young children who are often involved in breaking down the equipment, much of which contains harmful chemicals. Experts warn that the potential consequences to health could be dire.
Countries which are, placed so differently, they have the capacity to deal with it. They are the countries which are technologically so advanced. They have the financial resources, they have the infrastructure to deal with this kind of waste. I think there is a certain amount of responsibility. They have more responsibility to deal with this and to ensure that the poorer countries don't receive the burden. They don't pass on the burden to the poorer countries.
Sarah Firth, RT.